In this video, we will look into the configuration of your organization in D365 Finance and Operations. We will talk about and demonstrate how to set up a new legal entity, create number sequences, create organization hierarchies, and set up financial calendars. First, we demonstrate creation of a new legal entity. Legal entity is an organization with legislated legal structure. In Dynamics, legal entity is also known as a company. Each company has an ID. Each company can have an ID up to 4 characters long. Company ID is typically located in the right top corner of the application. Click on it will show you the list of available companies. Selecting a company from the list will switch you to the different company. Let's create new legal entity by going to Organization Administration module. From the main menu, go to Modules, Organization Administration, Organizations, Legal entities. Here you can see all available legal entities and related information. Let's consider an example where Contoso acquired a new company called Contoso Media. In order to set up this company, we come to this form, click a new button, a new legal entity name. Contoso Media. Pick a company ID and select a region. In this case, I'm going to select Great Britain. Click OK. You can add some memo in here. You can also set additional parameters like language, in this case English GB, time zone, GMT is fine, and set up an address. Click Edit, set up a postcode. Click OK, click Save. In the next demonstration, we're going to talk about number sequences. Number sequences in finance and operations are used to generate readable, unique identifiers for master data records, transactions, and any other data that require identifiers. Let's look into one of our examples, Contoso Media Data Company. It's a new company we created in a previous video, and if we check into the parameter setup of any module, we can see that any reference for the value that requires identifier is empty. So let's create those number sequences. In order to create a number sequence, you go to Organization Administration, number sequences, number sequences. And there is a nice wizard which helps you to do so. So go to Generate. This opens the first screen of the wizard. Click on the next button here. On the following screen of the wizard, we can see the list of number sequences that wizard is suggesting us to set up. If you look into the format column, first 3 to 4 symbols indicate the company ID. So we're going to go ahead, click Include Scope in the format, and click Next. And now you can see it's completed. We have all the different ones across the different areas, number of number sequences created. So you're going to go ahead and click Finish. Now we don't immediately see them here, but we can go back to one of the modules, Purchase Ledger Parameters. Number sequences. And here we can see all the number sequences set up. Now if we take a deeper look into one of the examples, supplier account, we can use this right-click View Details method to go straight to that specific number sequence. And here we can see number sequence code, company scope, CMD. The segment format starts with CMD and then a 6 number after that. The next number is 1. Pre-allocation, yes. Continuous to no. It worth mentioning what continuous is. Continuous number sequence does not skip any numbers, but numbers may not be used sequentially. For example, if user cancels a transaction, a number is generated but not used. In continuous number sequence, that number is recycled later with the next transaction. In a non-continuous number sequence, the number is not used. Continuous number sequences are typically required for external documents such as purchase orders, sales orders, and invoices. However, continuous number sequences can adversely affect system response. So it's not recommended to use continuous number sequence where it's not really necessary. In addition to that, Non-continuous number sequences can be pre-allocated, as you can see here, which speed up the process even further than that. Next step in our journey to set up a new company for Contoso is to look into the organizational hierarchies. We go to Organization Administration, Organizations, Organizational Hierarchies. On this screen, we can see all the existing organizational hierarchies, and for each hierarchy, allowed organization types. Organizational hierarchies represent the relationship between operating units that make up a business, or it can be a relationship between legal entities. For example, you can set up a hierarchy of legal entities for tax, legal, or statutory reporting. Or you can set up a hierarchy that is based on operating units to report financial information that is not legally required but is used for internal control. As an example, you can set up purchasing hierarchy to control purchasing policies and rules. As an example, I'm going to create new organization hierarchy for Contoso Media. As an example, this hierarchy will consist of two new business units, and each business unit will consist of two new departments. So before we can build a hierarchy, we need to go and create those business units and departments. So let's close this form, go to the main menu, Internal Organizations, click New, and first we select a business unit. First business unit is Media Outdoors, click Save. Second business unit is Media Digital. Close this, go back to the previous screen, and from here we can also create our departments. So let's create department first. Click department. The first department is going to be called Media Sales Outdoor and Media Sales Digital. We will also have department Media Asset Management to manage outdoor assets. And we may want to have Media Digital Operations. Now from here we can go and create our hierarchy. Let's close this, close that, go back to the main menu, Organizational Hierarchies. Let's create new hierarchy, call it Contoso Media, and click View. This is an empty canvas to build our hierarchy. In order to start building it, click Edit. And now we can start inserting our business units. So first we start with legal entity, insert legal entity. Legal entity is Contoso Media, CMD, click OK. And now we can add business units. First business unit, Media Outdoors. Second business unit, Media Digital. Under Media Outdoors, we create two departments. First department, Media Sales Outdoors. And second department, Media Asset Management. Under the digital, we can add Media Digital Operations, as well as Media Digital Sales. Here we are. This is our basic organizational hierarchy created for Contoso Media. When hierarchy is complete, we can assign some purposes to it. Let's go one step back. Contoso Media. Here we can click on Assign Purpose. Here, as you can see, we got a lot of purposes which are coming out of the box. So for example, the first one is procurement internal control. So let's say we would like to assign procurement internal control to our new organizational hierarchy. Here we are, we need to click Add. And pick our Contoso Media hierarchy we created. Then we can click View the hierarchy. And we shall see our previously created hierarchies in here. So now, what does procurement internal control include? For this, we could have different policies assigned to it. So let's look at their procurement policies. Let's close this. Procurement and sourcing, setup, policies, purchasing policies. So I've got one purchasing policy available here, Contoso Media. If you open it up, and you can see it's assigned to our organizational hierarchy.